How's it going, everybody? Welcome back. We have part 2 of opening some more PRB02 blisters. Before we crack into that, we'll do a little bit of mail day. Today I've got in a play set of these cool new alt art Nami cards. This one is from PRB09, and a play set of these Yamato. I think this was, let's see, EB01. I didn't crack any EB01, so nice to have some alternate arts of that card. And then one thing to go over before we start ripping into these packs, I wanted to, well, first thing is we don't have an incredibly heavy pack this time, but something to note, this pack weighed 34 grams flat. This pack weighed 33.68. Sorry, let me go back. The blister pack, the cardboard packaging and everything weighed 34 flat. This weighed 33.68. So 0.32 of a difference, but the packs ended up weighing the exact same. Another example is with these packs that all weighed the bottom number 21.90, but we have a spread from 33.19, 33.24, and 33.67. So nearly a half a gram difference in the blister pack weight. So there is some, listen, I'm not gonna say that you can't weigh blister packs, because I will always be on that team until they figure out a better way to do it, which seems to be throwing, like Pokemon does, they throw those code cards or just a blank card in there. I think that's the best way to go about it. Oh, nice, I need one of these for my Yamato deck. I think that's the best way to go about it. So until that happens, I will be on team don't buy blister packs or loose packs from anybody on the market. We'll see. I think my last opening, it was pretty evident that, I mean, the hits were coming in the heavier packs. Nice. I did pull one of these. I'm trying to get as many of these PRB02 SRs and rares as I can. It seems like people aren't pulling them as much as everyone was hoping for. They're kind of difficult to pull. One other thing, these packs were a mix of Barnes & Noble and Walmart. I went to, how many Barnes? I went to 4 different Barnes & Noble and 3 different Walmarts this morning. And for whatever reason, every pack that I got from Barnes & Noble was, I say, significantly less weight than the Walmart ones. So I think I had 10 from Barnes & Noble and roughly 20 from Walmart in every single one of the lightest packs. So the 10 lightest packs of the 30 all came from Barnes & Noble. And I got them from different stores, so I don't know what that's about. It could just be unlucky. But some of the Barnes & Noble ones were weighing in, I love this Zoro card, at, let me grab the first one I did, 32.96, so under 33 grams. None of the Walmart ones, they were hardly even in the teens. There was a couple that were 33.2, but it was a significant difference in the blister pack weight from Barnes & Noble to Walmart. So whatever that's about, I don't know. It could just be coincidence because it's a small sample size. I only got 10 from Barnes & Noble, but it was just something that I noticed, so I figured I would mention it. Dragon. Pudding. I recommend, if you didn't go watch the previous video that I uploaded on blister packs, PRB02, I recommend going to watch it. It's a pretty good one. I can't imagine that I'm going to come close to topping that. Not too many PRB02 rares or SRs at this point, unfortunately. top ones I'm looking for, most people are looking for, Marco. That's going to go great in a lot of blue decks. I'm trying to build OPO13 Ace. Going to throw Marco in that. There's also Black Sabo. I don't know that I'm going to be running a Black Sabo deck in OP13. I'd still like to get a play set. And then there's a new law card and a new, well, hopefully I'll pull it and I'll remember. But there's a couple decks, or a couple, oh no, they're red. They're Kobe and Law that I was thinking about throwing in my red-green smoker deck. I really only have one of each of them. This is a really cool foil card. I don't play Brûlée in any decks, but that's such a cool card. All right, I don't expect to be getting any hits at this point. I would think that we'd have to go through, I'm going to take a guess. I'm going to say we'll go probably to there before we really get any hits. I hope that's not the case. I hope it isn't that obvious. But unfortunately, I think that's the way that it is. All right, let's see some PRB02 cards here. Only one in the, oh, nice. This is one that one of the top alt arts that I want to pull. Sorry, the sun is getting blocked by clouds and it's really darkening the video. This Nami is so cool. It's just a rare, alt art rare, and a lot of times those alt art rares, they don't fetch as much of a premium as the alt art SRs. Now, it is Nami, so there's always going to be a premium with Nami cards. And I personally think it's one of the better alt art cards in the set. Well, I couldn't have been more wrong. I split the deck saying that I wasn't going to get hit until then, and then I immediately pull a hit. So what do I know? Like I said with my last opening, my luck was pretty good, so I don't expect my lucky streak to continue. I just hope that I get some foil dons and some alt arts that I don't already have. I really dislike pulling duplicates. All right, only one PRB02 card so far. Not promising. And they're granted it's pre-sale pricing right now, but some of the SRs are expensive right now. Especially the Marco one is pricey. So I don't really want to have to buy a play set. Nice, Marco. Awesome. Half of a play set down. Sorry about this lighting. The sun is trying to play tricks with me here, going in and out. Not fancy enough to have lighting equipment. All right, only one hit so far. We have about, let's say 10 or 11 packs left. I do expect the last probably 6 to have hits, so I'm not too concerned. just yet. Basil Hawkins, not too playable of a card. I want to say I looked at the packs from yesterday, and I think it was when the packs started getting 21 point. I think they were 8.6 when I started getting a lot of the hits. So I think anywhere above that is promising. Another reason definitely not to buy any packs from anybody, because if that's the case, if you can get that close to where you're weighing packs and you're able to pick apart hits by 0.0, like 5 of a gram, that's not good. Shouldn't be that easy. Nice, another Law. That's 2 of 4 for the Law. Uso Hachi, that's a nice one. Not too bad. I haven't pulled any of the Luffy SRs. That's my favorite SR art in the set. I don't necessarily plan on running it in any decks. I did pull several of the Japanese ones, so I have the card, but I'd like to get one. That's a cool PRB Nami rare. Pulled several of these already. Nice. I did pull this yesterday, this Sabo. It's a PRB SR, so I guess if I'm not going to be pulling the regular SR variant, I can't complain about pulling the alt art. Let me sleeve that up real quick. That's one that I don't mind getting a duplicate. All right, we should be starting to see some foil Dons and some SECs, I guess, in these next like 8 packs. Kobe, nice. That's 2 of 4 for the Kobe. Nice. Okay, this one, I didn't open any EB01, so I only have, this is the second one of Mr. 2 that I have. Let me throw that in a sleeve. So getting closer and closer to a few play sets. The only really SECs from this set that I need are Mr. 2 and Angry Luffy from EB02. I didn't open too much of that product, and I didn't pull any of the SECs out of that set. Laboon, nice. Zoro, favorite character to collect. Not going to complain about that. Go ahead, sleeve it up. So we had 30 packs, or it might have been 31 packs. Right now we're at 4 hits, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 packs left. So that's 4 hits in 25 packs. Not great, but I will say that those 10 packs from Barnes & Noble were really light. I wasn't really expecting to get much hits from them, but I wanted to open them anyway, just so that people had some awareness. Oh, wow. All right, I guess I can't complain. I don't like getting duplicates, but Nami and Zoro and Yamato are kind of my top chases for characters. So I'm a little less strict on my duplicate rule when it's one of them. All right, let me add this to the Nami pile. All right, just for reference, let's see what weights we're at. Now we're starting to get above 22, 22.07, 22.17, 1.8, 22.21, and 2.1. I expect all these to have a hit of some kind, whether it's SEC, foil Don, or an alt art. I would be surprised if they didn't. Angry Luffy, nice. Halfway done with that play set. Sleeve it up. 3 alt arts, 3 SECs in 27 packs. So we're doing about a box and a half. The box has 2 foiled on, 2 SECs, and 2 alt arts. So we would expect that's 6 hits and then half, so 9 hits we would estimate with a box and a half. Nice, there's an ace. I didn't pull any of these in my previous opening. It's just a rare, but it's a PRB02 exclusive. Kobe foiled on. I was kind of shocked for a second. I thought I wasn't going to get a hit and instantly prove myself wrong, but got the foiled on. I'm getting close to a foiled on Kobe playset, unfortunately. I pulled so many of those in my Japanese opening. Nice, Blackbeard. Blackbeard foiled on. Yep, I'd say it's pretty obvious that this stuff can be weighed. It's unfortunate to say, but now we're on a streak of 4 or 5 packs in a row of hits. The first third had absolutely nothing. We got that Nami kind of early on, but the trend is too apparent. Man. Nice, another, I think I need 1 more of these for a play set. Buggy foiled on. All right, let's set that over, put a sleeve on this. I think I exceeded my gold Don quota for a while, so I can't really expect that. I'm happy with the hits that I got. I think there's a Newgate alt art that I'd like to see. Nami foiled on. Back to back to back to back foiled ons. Those aren't, I think I'd rather pull alt arts than the foiled ons. Those probably aren't going to be too sought after. But overall, I'd say that's not horrible. Like I said, I think we would expect 9 hits in a box and a half. And we got 4 foiled ons, Nami, Buggy, Blackbeard, and Kobe. We got 3 SECs, so that's 7 hits. Angry Luffy, Zoro, and Mr. 2. And Sabo and 2 Namis. So that's 10 total hits in 31 packs. About on average with what you would expect with a box. Let's do a quick recap of the PRB02 exclusives. The rare Otama and Ace and Kobe and Nami. Those are all rares. And only 3 SRs, unfortunately. I still haven't got one of the Luffy SRs or the Boa SR for that matter. These 2, pretty playable. I do need them. I would have liked to have gotten another Marco, but can't complain too much with, especially with what I got yesterday. I appreciate everyone for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.